Showbiz news. Jamie Oliver reveals almost going bust after his empire's financial struggles was the worst time of his life. So, Jamie Oliver reveals almost going bust after his empire's financial struggles was the worst time of his life. So, the past couple of years have been far from pucker for chef and entrepreneur Jamie Oliver, with the near collapse of his Italian restaurant chain and steakhouses, the loss of his British themed Union Jacks outlets. He has been more battered he's been more battered businessman than the light-hearted naked chef who hit screens 20 years ago. But his empire struggles have not only hit him financially to the tune of £13 million, they have taken their toll on his health. As we sit in his trendy North London HQ for their exclusive chat with the Sun, the 43-year-old dad of 5 reveals there came a point where juggling his various interests became too much. He said, I think I'm genuinely known for being very optimistic, bubbly, and definitely glass half full. But one day I felt sad, and for a bit too long. It wasn't depression, but I was a bit stupid. Wasn't sleeping much. It was a time when he was lying awake, glued to his smartphone, unable to ever switch off. He adds, I get home, see my wife, cook a dinner, and then she would fall asleep because she's a mum. But I'm weird. The phone is pinging, ping ping. I was going to bed at 1 a.m. consistently and getting up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. It caught up with me. He knew something had to change, so started researching sleep and speaking to experts. Jamie said, I was studying nutrition and I realized the most powerful exercise in the gym is sleep. And the most powerful part of nutrition is sleep. Everything comes back to sleep. Reformed Jamie now has a strict bedtime routine. He likes the room cold and blocks out any light with an eye mask. Tucking up under the covers at 10 p.m. each night, laughing, he said, I'm like a baby. I have to set an alarm to go to bed. I'm 43 years old and I've got to put myself to bed. But I changed my habits and the difference is amazing. Still an early riser, Jamie gets up at 5 a.m. He is the first to the office half an hour later and is usually the last to leave. It is this drive that helped build his business and some critics suggest led him to overstretch himself by expanding too quickly, which I agree. In 2017, he had just 2 hours to inject 13 million of his own cash into his failing Jamie's Italian restaurant chain. Before, as he puts it, the whole thing went to it. 12 of the 37 branches still had to close, resulting in hundreds of job losses. The numerous hacked off suppliers who were owed money, he paid them all just months later. His string of barbecue steakhouse went into administration. He closed down his Union Jack restaurants and his Jamie Food magazine stopped publishing after almost 10 years. It was definitely the worst time of my life, he said. He suggests a variety of factors behind his empire struggles, including the declining high street, rents, Brexit, food costs, and the rise of minimum wage. Despite the setbacks, the Jamie Oliver brand never stops. Whether it is a new book, a TV series with pal and mentor Italian chef Gennaro Contado, or a new range of pots or pans. There is always something on the go. His latest venture, Jamie's Jan Plan, is a free online recipe region to help families kickstart a healthy new year. He says we rightfully hit December with celebration and indulgent, but then there's a January slump. I was looking around the landscape and seeing people charging a lot of money for all these different diet plans. I wanted to write trusted and tested recipes, create a little world where every choice is a good choice. The plan includes a lot of veggie and vegan options, but he insists he is not jumping on the current veganism trend. Jamie says, I've been doing this a long time. If you flick through the index of my first book, there are V's everywhere. 5 years ago, he went back to school, studied nutrition to better understand the food he makes. He said, I needed to be credible and I was sick and tired of people talking about nutrition when they didn't have any basic training, spouting all this crap that's not true, and encouraging fad diets that are dangerous. Every meal I'm giving to you for free is balanced nutritionally by embracing fruit, veg, nuts, and seeds. We see so much less disease, but I still think you should eat food because it's delicious first and foremost. What does leave a bad taste in Jamie's mouth is how tribal eating has become. He says, I don't like food when it becomes like racism or religion. I've had my fair share of vegans to go through my restaurants and put laptops showing slaughter in front of kids as they're sucking their spaghetti bolognese. It's kind of like vegan terrorism. The most powerful thing that could happen to Britons right now is for us to stop labelling food types. Of course, there should be an uncomfortable feeling about eating meat. You have to kill something to eat it. Now I'm fine with that, but I would rather have less but of something extraordinary. Buy better meat and support a farming business. That's credible. Rather than the mass-produced stuff. Also, everyone should be smashing a veggie or a vegan diet regularly. You'll feel the benefit in your pocket and your body. Jamie, who said that he hated turning 40, admitted he is a little conscious about his own weight. He says, I basically have to eat for a living. So I'm in the gym 4 times a week. I would be nice and lean. I get in amongst it with the turkey at Christmas. I completely indulge. I could be logical and not do it, but I put a lot of hours in most weeks, and I'm absolutely fucked come Christmas 18th. I'm ruined, so I'm going to have a few sherbets. His favourite is a single malt whiskey, which he likes to have while winding down the something. Basically, Jamie said, I'm going to try to control that one, but I have to try to control myself, which I'm not very good at. I do think 5 is enough, but everyone keeps saying me that 6 is a round number. As well as looking to the future, Jamie is feeling nostal- nostalgic. Um, but yeah, he's doing a lot of stuff at the moment. By 2030, he wants to better school dinners and expand the sugar tax, even though it won't make a blind bit of difference how much tax they put on sugar. People are still going to spend it. And currently, one in three kids in the UK is overweight or obese by the time they leave primary school. But Jamie is confident that trend can be reversed, and he is bullish as he insists everything I dream is very doable. His campaigns have not always won him fans. He has been accused of fat shaming, of being anti-poor, and of being hypocritical due to some of his recipes being laden with sugar, fat, and salt. So, that's story one. ManHunt viewers slammed ITV for airing insensitive van advert during episode about white van man killer Levi Bellfield. ManHunt viewers slam ITV for airing insensitive van advert during episode about white van man killer Levi Bellfield. So people at home saw people step up surveillance of a white van man who turned out to be Bellfield in the second episode of the series. The van was first seen in the first episode in creepy CCTV footage after the killing of French student Emily Delagrange. Sick Bellfield later harassed young girls that he followed in his van and offered them lifts home. Later, police visited a white van yard where they hoped to identify his vehicle. With so much of the episode focused on the police investigating around Bellfield's van, people watching the intense drama were shocked that the decision was made to promote the vehicle during the ad break. One person said, One person said, anyone else think it's a bit sick that #Vauxhall plays an advert for a van at the first break for #ManHunt. Another wrote, can't believe they stuck an advert for a van on the break of this particular episode of #Manhunt. And a third added, whoops, the police in #Manhunt trying to find the serial killer using a courier van. And what comes up in the ad break? Yep, an ad for vans. The drama is based on the true story of a police investigation in southwest London between 2004 and 2006. The second episode saw DCI Colin Sutton tracking twisted killer Bellfield for the first time. Detectives finally came across Bellfield through a witness statement made following a past crime. Sutton, played by Martin Clunes, in a dramatization, read a description of Bellfield out loud and said, Levi likes to move around and has several children by different women. He is employed as a bouncer and wheel clamper. Currently on bail for GBH, and the weapon used in attack was a hammer. So, yeah, I don't really see why people was getting... Well, I get why they were getting a bit frustrated, why they would put a van advert on after, this type of episode. But that's TV for you, isn't it? That's what they do. So, yeah, that's the second one. Nicki Minaj says she has sex 3 or 4 times a night with convicted sex offender boyfriend Kenneth Petty. So, Nicki Minaj says she has sex 3 or 4 times a night with convicted sex offender boyfriend Kenneth Petty. The 36-year-old rapper boasted about their bedroom antics after a fan tweeted her and said, "Nicki probably getting dick 6 times a night and giggles when you'll keep saying 3." Nicki retweeted the cheeky message and confirmed they are always at it, writing back 3 or 4 on average. She added, "6 is a bit much, sis." People were amazed by their high sex drive, and one fan tweeted, "Girl, OMG, you wild." And another added, "4? She getting destroyed." Another person replied, "Are there meals in between, or you're just working up an appetite?" Um, it's just bloody strange. God. Yeah, so Petty is a registered sex offender who has served time for manslaughter and attempted rape of a 16-year-old girl, according to US reports. His criminal rap sheet came to light after Minaj posted a photo to her 96 million Instagram followers showing her leg draped around the bad boy. The Barbie Dreams rapper shared the snap with the Cryptopic a caption saying, "Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happens?" She then added, "It's no secret that both of us are running out of time." The new couple had reportedly recently returned from a getaway weekend to celebrate Minaj's 36th birthday, where also pictured together last month. According to the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, on September the 16th, 94, the NYPD's Sex Offender Unit arrested Petty for sexual intercourse with a 16-year-old female. Reports say the official conviction record states he used a knife, cutting instrument, which is an axe, ice pick, screwdriver, a switchblade, kung fu stars, cane, sword, etc. during the attempted rape. He was sentenced to between 18 and 54 months in a state prison, but it's unclear how much time he actually served. He remains a registered sex offender in the state of New York. I don't know how. I don't mean. Why did people see? What did people see in him? And Petty, who now works in the music industry, also spent 7 years behind bars after he was found guilty of manslaughter in 2006. Reports theblast.com. According to the criminal complaint from the Queens County District Attorney, he pleaded guilty for 3-degree manslaughter following the fatal shooting of a man named Lamont Robinson. The complaint states on April the 27th, 2002, at 12:30 a.m., Petty shot Robinson with a loaded handgun multiple times, thereby causing his death. Officials originally charged Petty with murder, in the second degree, but he struck a manslaughter deal with prosecutors and was sentenced to 10 years in prison, for which he served 7. Court records indicate Petty was released in May 2013 and had been on supervised release for 5 years up until May last year. Wow, that is shocking. Being Nicki Minaj, one of the UK's biggest, not UK's, but USA's biggest stars, you would think she should be a role model for these young girls, young women, and men. But going out with a sex offender who's on the list, sex offenders register, why would you even attempt to why would you even talk to them, let alone go out with them? So I think that's wrong of her to do that. Sophie Ellis-Baxter gives birth to her 5th son just a day after hinting she would like a girl on Sunday brunch. So, Sophie Ellis-Baxter gives birth to her 5th son just a day after hinting she would like a girl on Sunday brunch. The 39-year-old singer took to Instagram to share a snap of her new arrival being cradled by husband Richard Jones. She wrote alongside the sweet snap, "He's here, Mickey Jones, born today, weighing 7 pounds 1 ounce, good weight, and he's absolutely gorgeous. Welcome to our quirky little family, sweet boy. We're so glad you're here safe." So the couple, who married in 2005, had 4 other sons: Sony, Kit, Ray, and Jesse. Richard, who's a bassist player for The Feeling, looked lovingly at his son in a social media snap, who sported a thick mane of dark hair. Mickey's birth came just hours after his famous mother appeared on Sunday brunch to promote her new music. Speaking about her pregnancy, Sophie hinted she would love a daughter, but as long as her baby was healthy, she would be happy, more than happy. Sophie also spoke to The Telegraph over the weekend, where she described what family life is like in the household. She said, "My eldest son goes off to school at 8:15, and our nanny arrives at around that time. Kit and Ray are in primary school, while Jessie is at nursery. So we divide up the school run. My day are varied. I might have an interview or be filming, and we're also getting work done on the house. But after school, I spend time with the kids. We listen to music, either Radio 6 or, if they have their way, the Ghostbusters theme tune or the Moana soundtrack. And the dance in the playroom, where there are disco lights and smoke machine. I usually cook something quick like pasta or Mexican. Then we sit down together and eat." So, big congratulations on the birth of Mickey Jones. I hope everything went well. So, that is my other story. So, this is a story which I really don't like, and every time I go on Google for the past couple of days, it's been on there, and I thought I might say something on it. So, cops race to. This is the Sun headline. Cops race to erratic Lucerman star Linda Robson's home twice in 2 weeks over fears she was having a meltdown. Police raced to a Lucerman star Linda Robson's home amid concern for her well-being. Apparently, friends and family dialed 999, fearing she was having a meltdown. Cops and medics have been called to the Birds of a Feather's actress's home at least twice in the past 2 weeks, the last time on Thursday morning. Linda, 60, who has spoken of suffering with anxiety and most recently shocked viewers with her dramatic weight loss, is now said to be on the road to recovery. A source said that the star was not sleeping well over stressful festive season. And to be honest, I have messaged her, one of her daughters, and I said I hope she's doing well. And because Linda Robson is one of the most down to earth, one of the most loveliest people I've ever met. She's such a lovely person, and to hear this story was heartbreaking, because she's always there for everyone. She's never, nothing's never too big for her. And the amount of money she's raised for charity is just incredible. So please give her your support, everyone. Send her well wishes. Make sure she's alright. So yeah, I really, really hope she's alright, and I hope to see her back on Loose Women soon. Yeah, that's my last story of this vlog. So 5 interesting showbiz stories, all from the Sun. So I will do another one next week to see what other stories will be about.